I'm going to tell you a story that I picked up a book one time, and then I started reading about Bob Proctors' story. And Bob Proctor, he was poor, and he was not making a lot of money, was severely in debt. And he opened a janitorial company and did extremely well. Within a period of 3 years, he was making $1 million a year. And I read that story, and I heard about his story when I was at a very low place in my life. Very low place. I had failed in business, marriage had fallen apart, lost my family, lost my home. And I can remember when I read that story, I really truly felt that, that could happen for me. So what did I do? I said, I'm going to do the same thing. So I went and I opened myself up a janitorial and property maintenance company. And the only thing that would indicate that I had a company was a business card that I made, a business card. And I remember I went out and I went to go get my first contract. I got off the city bus because I didn't even have a car at the time. And I went into the building, into the property, and presented my pitch, business card, looking professional, dress shirt on and everything, and walked out with the contract. And I can remember the first night that contract began, I rode there on a bicycle with broom, mop, and bucket and all this stuff on my bicycle, handlebars, at 3 o'clock in the morning so no one would see me. This bullshit company that didn't exist. But it existed in my mind. You see, I was extremely vulnerable, had a lot of doubts, but I had this feeling. I was attached to this possibility of success. And one thing always led to another for me. When I had this feeling, this emotion tied to it, doors always opened up. You see, that company ended up growing, and I ended up getting in with another company that they ended up expanding to multiple cities. You see, they accidentally became partners with a very large company traded on TSX, Cineplex. And when they expanded their company, because I had their contract with them in one city, I expanded. And then I quickly found out that I could expand to all the other companies that also had offices in these cities. And next thing you know, within a period of 3 years, I had a large company, multiple vans on the road, 30 employees, and 3 offices that spanned across the province. Next thing you know, I had all the contracts for banks and all these different offices that had businesses in these different cities, and it happened quite fast. So none of that would have happened had I not been attached to a feeling, a mindset. So I had to have a mindset and a thought of something that was potentially better than where I currently was. And I've been an entrepreneur for a long time. And I can honestly say that it's not always been easy. It's been scary most of the time, to tell you the truth. But I've always acted in faith. I've always believed in this magic. And magic has always been there for me. It's always opened up doors for me. No matter how hard and challenging something has been, I've always been strung along, and things got a little bit better, a little bit easier along the way. And I wanted to share this story, an authentic story with you about, the struggles that I had and how humble my beginnings were. We're on a bicycle with this one company. And I've always got there because I had to believe in something that I could not physically touch right now. But it was real in my mind, and it was real in my heart, and I could feel this. And you see, that's really the power of making yourself believe. And really, when you put yourself into that position, you can achieve anything. So whatever it is that you're after, maybe you're after better health, maybe you're after, more success in business. Maybe you're after a better situation with relationships. You know, those tend to be the really big ones in our lives. Well, I'm going to tell you that feeling is the secret. Feeling is the secret, because if you can feel it in advance, you believe it. And if you have a little bit inside your heart where you believe in something, it will mobilize you to take action. Mobilize you to take the actions that you need to take bit by bit, day by day, with a little bit more persistence, consistency, and then you're going to see results. And then as you start to see those little bit of results, then you gain more and more motivation to keep going. You know, through all of that, that's when I discovered, you know, I can really train myself to be in that resource state. And that's how I ended up getting into hypnosis. That's how I ended up getting into energy therapy, you know, because I began to realize that everything is not so physical. In our world, in this world, we are stuck with this, everything is physical. But I can tell you, before it becomes physical, it all starts in the mind, and it all starts in the heart. Because when you can think and feel it, when you can imagine it, you can create it, whatever it might be. So get yourself into a resource state where you can start to feel it, when you can see it in the mind's eye. See it in the mind's eye and feel it in the body. And then you'll take action with courage, because you've already experienced it. You've experienced it, and it will unfold. And then serendipities, synchronicities, they're all going to just start happening. I've had so many things just happen. Call it the law of attraction, call it whatever you want. I don't need a label for it, but I can tell you, things just start happening. The universe opens up its doors to you when you live like that. So, first step, start feeling better. Start thinking better. Love you all. Hope that hit home for you. Whatever it is that you're going through, get yourself into a place of feeling and thinking right. See you next time.